Hello, Milky fans. It is MelkStehul here. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope the weather is pleasant wherever it is you are in the world. It is about 30 degrees here in Sydney, Australia. And for my American viewers, that's about 86 Fahrenheit. I know you're all going through a winter, and for some of you, it has actually started snowing. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope warmth and sunshine comes very soon, and if not, maybe watch a video about a summer in Australia. Today on Idol Heroes, in this episode, we're going to talk about the event this week, which is the wishing coin, and it's a special wishing coin. Well, no, it's actually not. It's the same wishing coin, but they're giving more shit away. So that changes the value equation. So let's get into it. So Sleepless Maze has just finished, and you see I end up with 2,478 of these little creepy bears. I'm going to buy all orbs because the Black Friday Profit Orb event is coming up. So I can buy about 8, I think. Okay. Yes, very nice. And so the word on the street is you're going to need 400 orbs to do the whole thing. And they're supposedly introducing a new artifact on Black Friday. So it sounds like if it's a new artifact and there's a way for you to get it, they're probably going to be dicks and require you to do 400 completions as opposed to the usual 320 completions. Or 80 per completion times 4, 320. You get the idea. I think it'll be 4 times 100. Or maybe 5 times 80 completions to get the pay-to-win artifact. This is all speculation. No one actually knows. But what is for certain is the developers have confirmed that you will not need super wishing coins. So for everyone that was saving these bad boys, you no longer need to save it unless you think they're lying. It's hard to say. Like, these developers, they're always super tricky. But I dare say if they've publicly said no, admittedly, this was in a Chinese Q&A. If they've publicly said no and then they suddenly do it, there's going to be a lot of backlash. But yes, I'm buying Profit Orbs because I need them for Black Friday. That's probably the currency in play. I have 78 little bears left. So what should I do with it? I'll probably just buy gold. 78. So divided by 2 is 39. I think, if my math is right. But I always want to leave, this is just me, I always want to leave a couple behind, a couple of bears. I actually save I'm a hoarder. I'm a filthy hoarder. I actually save all the currency from all the previous events. And even though you can swap them out for gold now, I just don't. It's just for memento's sake, just to remember past events. So that's the Sleepless Maze event, and hopefully you guys got something decent out of it. What I will say is, if you're considering these artifacts, just don't buy them. Don't waste the universal crystal shards to buy these. They're not worth it. They're just better artifacts out there. There's very limited heroes you can use these on right now. So yeah, that's that. Then the value packages we're going to talk about. I've gone and bought myself the Garuda one because I need Garuda and I'm building her. But we're going to talk about value and what I think you should and shouldn't buy. Then there's obviously this week's Wishing Fountain event. And the hero, as usual, isn't great. It's Starlight, so that's a food tier hero. That's only worth 1,000 gems. And if you're stretched for coins, as always, only do the first 100 because that's where you get your best payback. If you do 200 and 300, and it's questionable. When the stretch from 100 to 200 and the value you get from going from 100 to 200, what you get out of it, it's just not there compared to the first 100 points or 100 wishing spins. But the bonus for this week is actually this. We usually don't get this, and I'm led to believe, based on what I've read on Reddit and what everyone else says, is that this is a one-off event where they, apart from all of the goodies you'll get this week, the super wishing chips and the profit orbs, this week they're also going to give you pink dust and pet food as extra. And there's much debate about whether or not it's worth spending 1,000 gems to reset. I've done the value analysis on it, so I'll tell you whether or not it makes sense. Anything with numbers, I can value. Don't worry about it. Just leave it with me. We'll get into it. Then Shelter Mission this week is... there's some pretty good heroes here. There's Ormus, who's kind of in the meta for Fortress, apart from Penny. Corpse Demon, Heart Watcher is very good for PvE. Standard fanfare. Everyone needs a Heart Watcher to 10 stars. Don't take it beyond 10 stars. Scary. If you're trying to build a super scary army, much like Oberon. If you have one scary, If you have 3 scaries, woo. But to get 3 scaries, E5 scaries, you need 27 copies. So they've been giving scaries away a lot recently. So last week, Sleepless Ways, you could get scary if you sort of collected your teddy bears diligently throughout the period. And this week they're giving scary away as well. I might snag the scary up more so because I don't really need the copy. I have enough copies, I just don't have enough food. But it's more so the fact that I want this artifact, dependent artifact. And so if I look and I don't have enough copies of Ilaria 4-star. So what I might do is I will go to the profit tree. And this is what I use my branches for. I don't use it to try and summon out copies of God tier heroes. I just use it for moments like these where I need a very specific 4-star hero or 5-star food tier hero just to complete, for example, a 6-star fusion or even a 9-star fusion. I don't waste it on copies. And if you want to know why, you can watch one of my old videos on it. Where it's effectively my branch replacement strategy. I don't use it for copies. I use it to find heroes in tricky situations where I'm at a clutch. Like I said, I actually need a Norma. That's my 4th copy of Norma. I primarily use the branches to look for heroes when I'm fusing, as opposed to looking for heroes for summons, if that makes sense. So 4, that's a fucking terrible situation. So 4 copies of everything. Except yeah, all right, I don't need you. We'll just get rid of you. All right, come on. Jeez, I'm getting a lot of destroyers. Where? Another destroyer? Lemageddon. I really want Rogue. This is going to backfire in my face. I know it because I'm live. Because I'm doing a damn video that I can't edit. Well, I could edit this part out and just say fucked up. But... guys, I want you to see all my mistakes because you deserve nothing but the honest truth on my channel. Honestly, this is a fucking waste of time. I'll do this in my own time. But I'm going to get that scary copy one way or another. Okay, great. So now we're going to go do the value analysis. And I'm going to start basically the easiest. So this. So the debate is whether or not you should hit the 1000 reset button to reset these... counters. Basically, what you get is after you spin at the wishing fountain 20 times, you get 1,000 pink dust and the dragon bits. The dragon bits are kind of worthless, but everyone's probably after the pink dust right now because of the soul stone, right? So that's what we're gonna try and value. So in the marketplace, which I know you can get it from Aspen, but I never buy from Aspen, so I don't actually know what the floor value of the pink dust is. But in Aspen, you can actually buy pink dust 10,000 for 1,500 gems, which means you get 6.7 pink dust per gem, right? So then the question is, does this make sense, right? If you take a step back, it does, right? If you do 200 more, I guess, wishing fountain spins on top of the 200 that you get for free at the start, right? It's probably worth doing because then you're paying 1,000 gems for 10,000 pink dust, which means you get 10 pink dust per gem as opposed to the 6.7 you get from the marketplace, right? So then, well, you'd be like, well, look, I'm probably only going to do 300. Should I hit the reset button? The answer is no, right? So if you're only going to do 300, which gets you here, then the cost per pink dust, or the amount of pink dust you get per gem is only 5, which is less than what you get from the marketplace. You should only hit the reset button if you're going to do at least 360 spins. That's what the math says. And it's only if you need the pink dust, right? Because then it's a cheaper source of pink dust than the marketplace. Like I said, I don't know how much it goes from the Aspen and whether you can or not you can get a better deal with a senior merchant. But based on, if we compare it to the marketplace and the fact that it costs, well, you only get 6.7 pink dust per gem there, then for it to be better value than the marketplace, you have to do at least 360 spins for the Wishing Fountain event this week. Obviously, if you do 400 spins, it's going to be the best value, and you should absolutely hit the reset button, and if you need the pink dust, otherwise don't. Okay, so that's what the analysis says when you break it out and you do the math. Okay, great. So now we go on to the value package. The value package this week, they probably haven't changed, but the analysis has changed. Okay, so you can get different packs this week. So if I go, there's a $70 pack. Oh, there's a $70 pack now. Okay. There's a $50 pack, there's a $30 pack, and there's a $10 pack. All right, so I've got to add the $70 pack in because this is old analysis. So $70, what do we get? $70, we get 3,500 gems. You get 100 wishing coins, and you get 15 super wishing coins, and you get the skin. I'm not going to value the skin. I think the skin's worthless. It's on a hero that no one uses. If you use it, good for you. But endgame, no one really uses it. All right. So what does that mean on a cost per item basis when you look at the different value packs? So all the gems cost the same, 2 cents per gem. That's always the same. Every week, the gems always cost the same in every value pack, except for the campaign week where the gems cost 1 cent per gem. In terms of super wishing coins, the $70 value pack and the $50 value pack have more expensive wishing coins, the normal ones, compared to the $10, $30, and $100 one. In terms of super wishing coins, they're all the same except for the $70 value pack where it's the cheapest, right? That actually doesn't really mean much, but if you want to know what the cost is per item, that's what it is. Really, what we're all interested in is the cost per gem at the end of the day. And this is where the analysis gets interesting this week, right? So I've converted these items that you get, the gems, the wishing coins, the super wishing coins, and the 5-star hero into the gem equivalent, right? So gems convert on a 1-for-1 basis. Super wishing coins convert on a 25 per... They cost 25 gems per wishing coin when they're at the cheapest. You can buy it from the senior merchant and the Aspen Dungeon, and I think he sells them in a pack of 500, if I'm not mistaken. So you can get 20 at 25 gems a piece, and that's the cheapest you'll get it. Right, so I've used that as the base value. Super wishing coins, I don't think you can buy in the marketplace, but I could be, no, sorry, you can't buy in Aspen Dungeon, but correct me if I'm wrong. Where you can buy them is the marketplace, and they cost 500 gems for 2, so 250 gems per super wishing coin, right? Then other is the basically Garuda, the 5-star hero. I should put 5-star hero, and I value Elite 5-star heroes, non-light dark at 4,000 gems because based on the campaign value pack from last week, so if you saw my video from last time for the Creepy Bear event, Augustin, when I converted everything, it was somewhere between 3,400 and 4,050 gems, right? Maybe let's just use the proper value. Let's just use the value from last week, just so we're consistent. So Garuda is basically the same tier as Gustin. So to be consistent, let's just use 3,375 gems, right, for that top tier hero. So convert everything to the gems equivalent. What do you get? What do you get, MelkStehul? What's the cost per gem? So the cost per gem is, what do we get? 6 cents, well, 0.6 of a cents per gem. For the highest tier, the $100 value pack, and then just substantially less value as you go down. In fact, the difference between the cheapest and the most expensive, what's the markup? Percentage, please. Okay, so the least value pack, if that makes sense, is the $50 one this week, and it's 27% more expensive than the best value one this week. Which is the $100 value pack. And for most of you, you would be happy with that analysis. But there was an individual a couple of weeks ago who basically said, look, your analysis is far too simplistic. You fail to consider the second order benefits. Okay, fine. Let's make it more complex, the analysis more complex. So what do I mean by second order benefit, right? So obviously the most immediate benefit you're going to get is possession of the actual coins themselves. And like I said, the coins or the gems or the hero, that's the immediate benefit. That's what it's worth. What this guy was saying was, well, basically, when you buy it, you're going to be using it in these events. And when you use it in these events, you're going to get these extra benefits, like the Super Wishing Coin and the Profit Orb. So you should absolutely count it in the value of the Super Wishing Chips. He was basically saying Super Wishing Chips aren't Super Wishing Chips. They're basically pseudo Profit Orbs, because when you do enough of these Profit Orbs, they convert to when you do enough of the Wishing Fountain spins, they effectively convert to Profit Orbs. So his argument was basically, yeah, Super Wishing Coin chips might be worthless or very low value, but that's okay, because all the inherent value is in the fact that when you do enough of these, they convert to Profit Orbs. Fine. And these are what we call second order benefits. So then fine. I accept that. All right, fine. If you believe that that's the case, then great. Let's try and value it. All right. Let's try and value what the second order benefits are. The complication with valuing second order benefits is I don't know two things. One, I don't actually know whether you're going to stop at 100 spins, 200 spins, or 300 spins, because the value that you get from each band is significantly different, right? So guys, for example, when you do the first 50 points, right, or the first 50 spins, you're going to get 2 Profit Orbs, you're going to get 2 Super Wishing Chips, and when you convert them to gems, effectively what we're saying is you get 28 gems per spin as a return, as a second order benefit from the PO and the Super Wishing Chip, right? So they're basically saying each normal wishing coin is worth an extra 28 gems on top of what you get out of it just from spinning it by itself, right? So that's the second order benefit. When you spin another 50 times and get to 100, same deal. You get another 2 Profit Orbs and another 2 Super Wishing Chips, which valued at, let's say, 450 gems per Profit Orb and 250 gems per Super Wishing Chip, then it gets you another 28. But here's the interesting thing. Once you go from 100 to 200, the value in the 100 to 200 band, what you get per spin, diminishes to 19. It goes from 28 gems for the first 100 as second order benefits to 19 gems as second order benefit per spin. Why is that? Because you're getting less Profit Orbs. You expect another 2 Profit Orbs for going from 100 to 200, because in the first 100 you get 4. But hang on, to go from 100 to 200, I'm only getting half as much. That's why the gem per point in the $100 to $200 band is less. Then when you get to when you go from 200 to 300, the value in that band is also about the same, because you don't get the Super Wishing Chip, which is overinflated, but that's another story. We'll get into that. Yes, you get the 5-star hero, but that's only worth 1,000 gems. And then you get 5 feathers, which I value at 48. You watch last week's video. It's 48 gems per feather. All right. So, first complication, person that gave me the beautiful comment, I don't actually know at what point you finish your spins, because as the math shows, if you stop it at 100, that's where you get the most value and the most gems return per wishing coin. If you do it all the way through, it gets less and less, right? So let's assume then that we have to average it out. Let's just assume that a normal person just finishes the whole damn thing, right? Second problem, I don't know if you have what VIP level you are, because VIP level dictates whether or not you get the extra 10% discount or the 20% discount when you spin the wishing fountain. So guys, if you're a low VIP, it's going to cost you 10 wishing coins to spin 10 times. If you're beyond a certain VIP level, it's only going to cost you 8 wishing coins to spin 10 times. And that matters, because then if I'm assuming you do the whole 300 rounds, then it really matters depending on whether or not you're a VIP of sufficient VIP level to only need 240 coins, or 300 coins to complete it out. Because the so what is, well, what do I divide 6842 by? 300 wishing coins for the low VIP people or no VIP people, or 240 coins for the people that have managed to complete enough, buy enough, right? And here's the difference. 29 versus 23. I'm just going to assume for the sake of this video that most of you are high VIP level, high enough that you enjoy the benefit of that 20% discount. So you only need to pay 8 wishing coins to spin 10 times. So therefore, assuming, and this is a big assumption, right? You finish all 300 points or 300 wishing coin spins, then the incremental amount you get back per spin is 29 gems, right? And so you're like, well, okay, great. What the fuck does that mean? What it means is I have to add second order benefits to the gems that I've calculated here. So if you buy these packs, and on the assumption that you use what you bought to finish the event that week, right? These are the extra gems that you get as second order benefits, right? And then that therefore changes the value of the value pack. It goes from effectively, for example, the $100 value pack, the best value pack, it goes from 0.58 cents per gem to 0.47 cents per gem. And at 0.47 cents per gem, when you compare it to all the other value packs, right? So I go here, 0.47, basically, it's up there. It's basically better value than the $100 scroll package, than the $100 orb package. It's basically one of the best sort of weekly non-special, like when I say non-special, it's not a winter package or a late autumn package. It's the best value package out there on a cost per gems basis, 0.47 cents per gem, right? Because right now the best one is the orbs at 0.5 cents per gem and the scrolls 0.5 cents per gem. But the issue I have, the strong issue I have with this analysis and the way that people think about it is that the wishing chips and the super wishing chips to me aren't worth 250. They are not worth 25 each gems per normal wishing coin, right? Because if you look at, again, this is an earlier video, and I apologize to people that have seen this before, but this is for the newer viewers. If you look at what the actual fair value of a super wishing chip or a normal wishing coin is worth, based on what you're expected to get, and I've done the calc, right? So super wishing chip, these are the things that you can get. 5-star hero shard, orb, this is now 1,000. So 5-star hero, well, actually, no, it's a elite 5-star. So if we go here, what do we value it as? Bear with me, 3,375, right? So on the super wishing fountain, you can get elite 5-star hero, and we value that at 3,375 gems. Orb, which is 450, 4-star hero, you can get, the cheapest place to get it is obviously event raid, 50 gems per elite hero shard. And then the scrolls, 125 gems per scroll. Cheapest place you can get is the market and Aspen Dungeon, right? And here are the odds of getting each of these things, and here's the gem equivalent. So you can therefore calculate the expected value of a super wishing chip, and that's 81. Similarly, for wishing coins, the only thing of value on that wheel are the heroes. Odds of getting those heroes, value of those heroes. This is actually 1,000 now, because you can only get food tier heroes in the normal wishing fountain. So what I'm saying is basically a wishing chip is only worth 2 gems. A normal wishing coin, sorry. And a super wishing chip is worth about 80 gems. Contrast that to how much you have to buy it for, right? The cheapest place you can buy a wishing coin is in the Aspen Dungeon, 25 gems per wishing coin. But I've just told you it's only worth 2 gems. That implies, guys, the markup is, and if you've already seen my video on fair value versus market value, you know what I'm talking about. So for a wishing chip, you're paying 12 and a half times what it's actually worth, right? And for a super wishing chip, there's also a markup on that. So it's a question of, simplistically, when you do it on a cost per gem basis and you're using market values, like what's the cheapest place you can get a wishing coin or super wishing coin? These are the numbers, right? I hate those numbers. I dispute those numbers. I think the proper value you should be attributing to a wishing coin and super wishing coin is the expected value. So 2 gems, 84 gems. Or 80 gems, right? So then that changes the cost per gem equation substantially, right? Because now the best value pack, the $100 one, we're saying it's going to cost 0.7 cents per gem, right? So when you compare that to all the other things here, all of a sudden, it's one of the least valuable value packs. So that's it. That's the value analysis. It's going to come down, whether or not you buy packs this week, it's going to come down to whether or not you believe fundamentally that a wishing coin is worth 25 gems, or is it worth the fair value of 2 gems? Similarly, same argument for super wishing coin. Is it worth a market value of 250 gems per super wishing coin, or is it worth the fair value of 81? And that'll dictate whether or not the cost per gem changes substantially. I think super wishing coins and wishing coins are a complete fucking ripoff, even when you consider the second order benefits, right? Because when you think about because when I did this analysis simplistically last time around, the argument was, oh, no, MelkStehul, you didn't think about the second order benefits. Well, fine. I've factored in the second order benefits, and it's still terrible value. Because if you think about it, what's the best way to describe it? So I once went to this sushi restaurant in Sydney. It was phenomenally expensive. But the reason why I went there was, 1, because I didn't have to pay, and 2, because I got loyalty points. And I was saving up enough loyalty points to basically buy a PlayStation. Right? And that's what we have here. You're overpaying for something just to get something else. And when you aggregate that something else together, you were probably better off just spending the money on that something else, that second order benefit by itself, right? Going back to my analogy, I should have just, if it was my own money, I would have just bought the PlayStation outright and eaten something cheaper and got far more utility and value out of that. I would have gone to a cheaper sushi place while playing my PlayStation. But because someone else paid for it, it didn't fucking matter. It's a second order benefit. So that's my steer to you. That's my steer to you this week. If someone else is paying for your value packs, fine. Buy the most expensive one, right? But if you're using your own money, these are the stats you should be using. You should not be buying any of the super wishing coin value packs or the wishing coin value packs this week. You should be using that money for Black Friday. Like literally, my recommendation is, if you got money, or if you're a dolphin spender, don't buy any of these packs. Sorry, wrong place. Don't buy any of these packs. It's not worth it. Even if you got a bit of money, it's just a stupid use of your money. I would rather see you buy scrolls or profit orbs in the following weeks. Like I said, I bought this because I need Garuda and I don't really want to wait. And I'm stupid. But if you can afford to wait, I would definitely wait. Anyway, that's the value analysis. I hope you found that useful. I know it was kind of long, but I had to start from the start, just so then people follow the flow of how I value things and how I got to the numbers I got to. Otherwise, if I just show you a spreadsheet, you'll be all like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I don't understand. And admittedly, some of you probably still don't understand. So if you don't, just comment down below. MelkStehul, you got to talk slower. You got to explain better. But this week, because super wishing chips no longer matter for Black Friday, because they said it's not going to be something that you're going to need to get the pay to win artifact, I'm going to waste all my super wishing chips this week because of this bonus that we get with wasting it. because I need the pink dust to upgrade my heroes. That's the sad fact. And Naki is good enough that I'm willing to spin the wheel. I'll never get Naki, so I don't really give a shit. So I'll spin this a couple of times. The reality is I don't want to refresh this until I see a Garuda, because I know I'll never get Garuda or just the elite 5-star hero on this. So it's okay. It doesn't actually matter to me who the hero is, because I know I'll never get the hero. It's nice when you think like that. I do need the profit orbs. So we'll see how many profit orbs we can get. But let's just keep spinning this puppy. And the 4-star, obviously, hero shards, dark hero shards are very nice, because I need to build many dark heroes. So we keep, see, like I said, it's very hard to get that 5-star, that elite 5-star hero. How many have I done? Do I need to hit reset on my Lucky Wishing Fountain? Indeed I do. Indeed I do. So I'm going to do like another 6 of these puppies, just so I can hit the reset button. So, and if I hit refresh, here we go. And for those of you that are new to the game, basically you want to keep spinning until you hit the, you'll never get the 5-star hero. The odds are phenomenally low. What you do have a chance of getting is the 4-star hero shard. And usually when I hit that is when I refresh or here we go, I got it. So, but for the purposes of this video, I have to keep spinning so I can hit the reset button for you guys. And you'll be like, okay, MelkStehul actually hit the reset button. He wasn't BSing around. So, here we go. How many more do I have to do? I have to do a lot, don't I? All right, I'm going to speed up this part of the video. So, and I will unspeed it when in post-video production, post-video editing. So you're not going to hear any of those comments. And there we go, guys. Hit the reset button. I didn't know it would get to 2,000, but I guess it says here reset count times 1,000. You should definitely only do it for the first 1,000. To hit the reset button once. You shouldn't do it for any more than that. I think the analysis would show that it would just be a complete fucking ripoff after that. I can very quickly do it. Wishing coin extra. So if we do this, 2,000. Yeah, the value just falls away. Don't do the reset more than once. It just sucks. None of this. Yeah, you should just buy it from the marketplace if you're going to do it second time. Anyway, that's the video. Have a great weekend. And thank you as always for watching.